चिदम्बरम साहब शुरू कीजिए।
Sir, the fact that at this late hour, so many members are here in the House to discuss this issue clearly shows the seriousness in which all of us are taking this issue. In that way, I'd like to compliment everybody who's showing their commitment in airing their views. Sir, I'd like to make 5 or 6 very short points. Sir, because of this Omicron variant being detected, we have now established certain protocols in the airports for visiting passengers. It's very, very confusing. First, they'll have to fill in a form called the Air Suvidha form. And on top of that, each airline has its own protocols by which they have to fill forms physically, and these certain forms have to be uploaded. I think it's incumbent upon the government to make it absolutely very clear what is that they expect from passengers who are flying in from other countries to come into India. I think the Air Suvidha form is comprehensive enough, and that alone should be adequate, rather than having physical forms, which I'm sure nobody is even reading, because it's impossible to read all physical forms today. Everything is only done electronically. So I think the government must clearly inform all airlines that the Air Suvidha form alone will be enough, and they do not need any other forms. Because even recently, many airlines were wanting physical forms to be filled in the aircraft, and when people were landing, there was complete confusion. Now we have put this protocol that as soon as people land in airports, they have to have an RT-PCR test at the airports. Sir, if multiple airlines land at the same time, which they do in India, because most of the flights come in at the early hours, our airports do not have the facilities to house thousands of people who are landing in multiple aircrafts. We do not have any adequate toilet facilities there. These people are expected to stay in the airport to get their RT-PCR test. Only when the test becomes negative can they leave the airport, which means there'll be at least a minimum of 6 hours of holding time in the airports. Where are the toilets? Where are the resting areas which are going to be there for these thousands of people who are going to come in multiple aircrafts? I think the government must think through this and either create temporary facilities so that people can rest and wait and have adequate facilities, or have a protocol by which double vaccinated people who can show a certificate are give the sample, and they can go to their respective places of stay and then wait until the results come. To make people wait in the airport, there is a lot of confusion. If you just read the social media posts of various people landing in various airports in the last 2 days, because this protocol has come in only from the 1st of December, there is tremendous confusion, and it's only going to get worse. And they need to put in place to make sure that all airports of India, including the Adani airports, are adequately have the facilities to deal with this, the influx of passengers. The second point, sir, it's very clear now that the booster shot has to be given. We don't need to fudge this, and just because our supply is not adequate, let us not wait for this number. We need to now gear up to give a third booster shot to everybody who needs that booster shot. So I think the government must really double up its efforts to procure adequate vaccines, not only to give the first and second dose, but also the third dose. And there should be no hesitancy in that. There should be no delay in that. And the distribution of the vaccine must also be equitable. And there should be no favoritism in distributing the vaccine only to preferred states, and certain states should not be treated in a stepmotherly manner. Sir, many state governments have said they are giving compensation for COVID deaths. But there is total confusion about that, because in no death certificate do you say that a person died of COVID, because there are other medical reasons why they died. So it is actually very difficult for anybody who's passed away because of COVID to get COVID deaths. See, internationally, the practice is if anybody who tests positive for COVID and dies within 28 days after testing positive, that is considered a COVID death. So that should be, that international standard should be applied here, and government must clearly lay down a guideline to give compensation to those people who have died because of COVID, because in most places, the recorded cause of death is not COVID. The minister must take this into account and give some uniform guidelines so that state governments can follow that protocol, and that protocol alone should be there to determine whether it's a COVID death or not. Sir, MP lads has just been restored, but for 1.5 years, we did not have any MP lads. The ostensible reason for withholding MP lads was that money was needed to fight COVID. But sir, logically speaking, that money was for that particular constituency. but money was taken and put into the central fund. So money which was due for Shivaganga, the 5 crores which was due for Shivaganga, did not come back to Shivaganga. So it is incumbent, even if you are spending, if you are not giving it as NP lads, that 5 crores should be given back to the particular constituency, and medical facilities must be improved there. Sir, only a couple of more points, sir. Sir, some countries sometimes do not accept the vaccination if it is given from the manufacturer from India. In fact, recently, Austria has come up with a list saying that they will not accept the Covishield vaccine if it was manufactured in India. I think it is incumbent upon the health ministry and the vaccine manufacturers to make sure that the Indian manufactured vaccine, whether it is Covishield or Covaxin, is internationally accepted. Sir, the CoWIN app works well. I must say, I have used it myself. It's quite easy to download the certificate. But there is a peculiar thing there, sir. Internationally, when you go and show that certificate, there is a little bit of confusion in the counter which is checking that. They see the passport photograph, then they see the COVID certificate photograph, and they see there is the mismatch. Because the photograph in the passport is of the passenger, but the photograph in the certificate is of somebody else, which is creating a lot of confusion in the immigration counters. So it is essential that the COVID certificate should not have the photograph of the non-passenger. So let us be very, very clear. You know whose photograph I'm referring to. Even in an absolute monarchy, the certificate does not carry the photograph of the head of government. Sir, the final point, sir. Final point I want to make, sir. There are lots of quacks, self-styled babas, Sris, yogis, who are all prescribing all kinds of quackery medicines. That must be stopped. Only Medical Council of India and what is scientifically proven must be given, and there must be an end to all quacks, and the health minister must make efforts to make sure that self-styled babas don't prescribe Coronil.